as worth about 18 million naira, appropriated that to himself and purportedly paid about 3 million for that. This was a property of the stock exchange that was under the forensic audit. So
now, if those were true, if those allegations happen to be true,
he himself has confirmed that he took the Mercedes-Benz for about that amount, which was just a 4-year-old Mercedes-Benz.
If he has confirmed, and you want to be very honest with the situation, the simple principle there is that you cannot use immorality to conquer immorality. In the same vein that you cannot use illegality or unlawfulness to go against an illegality. So it becomes immoral for you coming to a seat with the intention of making a cleansing, and in fact you end up staining the seat even much more than how you find it. And legally speaking, well, the matter is in court, but if I'm allowed to speak on that, I think it should be taken up. He should be taken up on that. EFCC should come in.
If you take, this is very simple. Perhaps we put it this way: if you come in as you want to do forensic audit, and you need to do conduct of how the stock exchange has been run, and one of the items was a vehicle, a very luxury car, if you want to put it that way, worth about 18 million, and within 8 months, the interim administrator appropriated this same vehicle to himself. Without any bid or whatever, and he says, according to the statement, that it was a used vehicle, that will be illegal.
Yes, that will be immoral and illegal, because in the accounts, of course, I have a little knowledge of accounts depreciation. If after like you said, 4 years, the accounting procedure would have shown that there's a depreciation level that makes the vehicle lose its value and becomes nothing, as it were, then he can appropriate it and claim that the accounts have shown that it is zero. But where in the accounting procedure the depreciation value has still not written it off, you have to account.
There's still a case in court of which is being challenged.
Yes.
Therefore, well, Mr.
I think I have a point, you know. This vehicle in question, we're told, was at the mechanic for servicing, and the development over there get his home, let him return it. What is the moral justification? An audit forensic auditors who came to do a certain job you appointed. It is not a staff of NSC per se. That vehicle is not entitled to it. It's an official car of the middle past DG. Of course, if the woman had retired because he had given a letter of retirement, which the council accepted, that vehicle, having used it up to 4 years, that vehicle belongs to her. That's official vehicle. All you need to do now, monetize it and pay whatever the value you have valued that car in. Actually, madam, pay, because she has official car, she has used it. Somebody that worked for 28 years or thereabout over the institutions. If it's in a bank or a company, the manager, the person, the MD that used such a car vehicle belongs to her. Even at 5 years, some company made at 8 or 5 years using that car, it belongs to you. You pay a token, okay, and that car belongs to you. Ikhazoboh is not entitled to that car. If he has bought a car for him as an interim administrator, he can go with those cars. Like what the interim administrators in banks today, the skill bank, they were doing. Most of them are buying cars over themselves. And these are banks that judge distress or insolvency, as to say. But those people today are amassing cars, wealth to themselves. You came to audit. The report you wrote and you told the world that they change pay bonus of 3 years to themselves, you know. You now came under 5 months because those people who pay bonus is the entitlement because they work for those money. In every company, in every banks, they pay bonus to themselves because the staff are work for it. Ikhazoboh is not a staff of NSE. They want to see under 5 months, you pay to yourself 11-month bonus. And you tell the whole world, somebody who has worked 29 years or thereabout, that they pay themselves to bonus. And those bonus for enhancement to a facilitator to update their knowledge in a change in the world. That's what it meant. Where then was Ikhazoboh travel to update his knowledge in the stock exchange?
Mr. Kese, just a moment here. Let's get a little bit more of what likely is what we're looking at in terms of legality here. If one of the issues was that, as you may have heard, of course, you're in the market as well as a solicitor, Barrister Ikeji, is that there were allegations that the former Director General Ndi Okereke and the rest of our team on the council paid bonuses to themselves, and that was one of the issues that Emmanuel Ikhazoboh raised when he came into office, and that those bonuses were illegal and weren't properly in order, and they were asked to return those monies. Now there were reports that he also took the same bonus for working for just 5 months last year. How does that look in law?
Of course, it's criminal. It's a simple criminality. It's stealing. Stealing is defined in several ways to include some of these actions. Now, I am not. We should not justify any form of illegality perpetrated by the previous administration. Yes, we are not trying to justify it. We are not also saying that there was criminality committed by them. However, if you are coming to live in a glass house, you should throw no stones. Like we say in Igbo, as you're pointing one finger at me, 4 other of your fingers are pointing back towards you. So you have to be very, very, very careful. Probably Ikhazoboh wasn't circumspect in handling issues that he may have fallen into the temptation of dipping his hands into murky waters, into dirty waters. And if he has so done, the simple thing to do is for the law enforcement agents to immediately start investigation. And that's what we are saying. We are asking for proper anti-corruption drive, either in the private sector or in the public sector. The law is there. The law has empowered the law enforcement agents. They look at these issues. They shouldn't relent on it. They go after them.
Okay, they had raised issue similar to this in the banking sector, which are some of the investigations that the CBN had conducted in even some of the rescued banks, that some of these CEOs were just amassing wealth to themselves at the expense. Some of them will have hundreds of thousands of dollars in overseas travels and things like that. And you see a little bit of a parallel here that people who were brought in to save a situation could end up actually ripping off those institutions.
It's a
You think shareholders or investors has a basis for going to court?
Yeah, of course. A shareholder. Now let's go into that aspect. Whether the shareholders, like Mr. Okeze here is, have rights to go to court. You see, a company belongs to the shareholders. As members, either in majority or minority, they are entitled to raise questions or go to court to raise questions if there are any forms of fraud discovered in the administration or running or management of a particular company. Stock exchange is a company limited by guarantee. There are members. There are original members, people who subscribed to the memorandum and articles of association of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Those are the owners. Those are the people who can go to court in this kind of situations. That is civil action, without prejudice to criminal action that can be undertaken by the EFCC and the police force. Now, a shareholder like he is in a bank experiences some of these fraudulent activities. They shouldn't relent. They should go out there, get a good lawyer, and take these matters to court. They have a right under the Companies and Allied Matters Act. Even a minority member, even where there are, for example, 10 shareholders, and out of the 10, 8 refuse to go to court. 2 can go to court. There are provisions in the law that entitles them, empowers them, enables them to go to court to query and question.
Gentlemen, we'll take a break at this point. We're just about 27 minutes past. There was a very interesting discussion. Barrister Ikeji and Mr. Kaze would hang in there for a second part of the discussion. Very important issues. We still have a lot to discuss about this, but very important part of it is that these are issues that are now before the new Chief Executive Officer of this Nigerian Stock Exchange, Oscar Oyema. How will he navigate these murky waters?
I think if he knows what's good for him, he should.
That's Oscar Oyema.
He should go meet his God, pray to his God, and ask his God to give him the power to avoid temptations, and when temptations come, to give him the power to overcome temptations.
What was driving that? We'll talk about the corporate governance issues as well moving forward. We're coming back to you after the break. We'll get to speak to one of those who are involved in this discussion for today after the break. Stay with us. Also, we're back to the program about half past the hour of 10, a very special edition.